Want to buy a business without emptying your pockets? It might seem like a daunting task, but there are strategies that can make it possible. One such strategy is using earnouts. Earnouts might be your answer. These are financial arrangements where the seller agrees to receive part of the payment based on the business's future performance. They're agreements where the seller gets paid later, often contingent on hitting specific financial targets or milestones, based on the business's future performance. This means that the better the business does after the sale, the more the seller stands to earn. Think of it like this: you pay a smaller price up front, which can significantly reduce the financial burden on you as the buyer, and the rest depends on how well the business does after you take over. This aligns the interests of both the buyer and the seller. This approach reduces the initial investment, making it easier for you to step into the world of business ownership without needing a large amount of capital up front. Making business acquisition accessible even with limited capital, it's a win-win. The seller benefits from the potential for higher earnings, while you, the buyer, can manage your risk more effectively. The seller gets a chance to maximize their payout, especially if the business thrives under new management, while the buyer gets to mitigate their risk. This method fosters a collaborative environment where both parties are invested in the success of the business. Earnouts are agreements where part of the purchase price is paid out over time, based on the business hitting certain targets. These agreements are becoming increasingly popular in the world of mergers and acquisitions. They provide a flexible way to bridge the gap between what a seller wants and what a buyer is willing to pay upfront. These targets are often financial, like reaching a revenue goal or maintaining profitability. For instance, a business might need to achieve a certain level of revenue growth or maintain a specific profit margin over a set period. This ensures that the business continues to perform well after the sale, but they can also be non-financial, such as hitting a subscriber count or developing a new product. Non-financial targets can be just as crucial, especially in industries where customer engagement or innovation is key. For example, a tech company might need to launch a new software update or reach a milestone in user adoption. This benefits both parties. The buyer gets to reduce their upfront costs and tie the purchase price to the business's actual performance. This can be particularly advantageous for buyers who are cautious about the future performance of the business. It allows them to mitigate risk by ensuring they only pay the full price if the business meets its targets. The seller, on the other hand, is incentivized to ensure a smooth transition and help the business thrive under new ownership. This can include mentoring the new owner, providing strategic advice, or even staying on in a consulting role for a period of time. By doing so, the seller can maximize their earnout and ensure the long-term success of the business they built. Structuring an earnout deal requires careful planning. First, define clear, measurable performance metrics. These metrics will form the basis for future payouts. Second, agree on a time frame for the earnout period. This could be 1 year, 3 years, or even longer. Next, determine the payout structure. Will it be a percentage of profits, a lump sum upon reaching a milestone, or a combination of both? Finally, establish a clear process for tracking and verifying performance. Transparency is key to avoid disputes later on. Section 4. Navigating the risks. Safeguarding your investment. While earnouts offer advantages, they also come with risks. These risks can be multifaceted and impact both the buyer and the seller in different ways. The buyer might worry about the seller losing motivation after the sale. This lack of motivation can lead to a decline in business performance, which ultimately affects the earnout. The seller, on the other hand, might be concerned about the buyer making decisions that negatively impact the earnout potential. For instance, the buyer might cut costs in areas that are crucial for the business's growth, thereby reducing the earnout. To mitigate these risks, communication is critical. Open and transparent communication helps in aligning the goals of both parties and ensures that everyone is on the same page. Regular meetings and updates on the business's performance can help maintain trust. These meetings provide a platform to discuss any issues and make necessary adjustments to the business strategy. It's also crucial to clearly outline each party's responsibilities and decision-making authority during the earnout period. This clarity helps in avoiding conflicts and ensures that both parties are working towards a common goal. By taking these steps, you can safeguard your investment and maximize the benefits of an earnout arrangement. Section 5. Mastering the negotiation. Tips for success. Negotiating an earnout deal requires finesse. Start with realistic expectations. Understand your walkaway point and be prepared to compromise. Clearly articulate your rationale for the proposed terms and be open to feedback. Seek expert advice. Lawyers and accountants can help you navigate the complexities of earnout agreements and ensure the deal is fair and legally sound. Remember, a successful earnout deal is a win-win, benefiting both the buyer and the seller. Section 6. The Earnout Advantage, a powerful tool for business acquisitions. Earnouts can be powerful tools for business acquisitions. They bridge the gap between buyers and sellers, making deals possible when traditional financing might not be feasible. By aligning incentives and mitigating risk, earnouts pave the way for mutually beneficial outcomes. However, they require careful planning, clear communication, and a thorough understanding of the risks involved. By approaching earnouts strategically, both buyers and sellers can unlock new opportunities for growth and success.